Hello and welcome back to another episode on Life Afloat. So we are in lockdown round 2 as of today, and I thought I'd do a little video just to explain what I've done to prepare for lockdown, living off grid on the canal boat, and just share with you what I've done basically, having been through lockdown previously, as we all have been, and what I've learnt from that, what I've done now in order to prepare for lockdown. So I thought I'd do a little video just to explain that really. So as soon as I heard that lockdown was looming, I started to research to find a decent mooring spot. And when I do that, I have to sort of hit 3 criteria for me really. The first, and one of the most important to me, is it has to be within an hour's drive of my daughters. I don't want to be further than that from my girls. Okay, so that's number 1 priority, within 1 hour of where my daughters are. Secondly, there needs to be car parking nearby, preferably within a 5-minute walk, because I'm quite lazy, and when I have my girls, they don't really enjoy long walks to the boat from the car. They just want to get out the car and wander onto the boat. So has to be fairly close parking. And thirdly, which is another very, very important one, is I need to have good internet reception. As you know, I make websites for a living now, so I need a good, reliable internet connection in order to work. So those are the 3 criteria that I have to sort of meet when I'm looking for a good mooring spot, and I'm happy to say that I have done that. I'm very lucky to have got this spot where I am, because it's quite busy here, and when I arrived I literally just had the last space that was available, so pretty lucky. I got here yesterday, and obviously cruising is going to be banned unless it's for essential services, which is why I wanted to find a decent mooring spot. So I think everyone's had the same idea and has come to this location. So yeah, I was lucky to get this spot, and I'll show you where I am in a few more minutes. I'll take the camera outside and just sort of show you what it's like around here. So yes, first thing I did was research a decent mooring spot to take the boat to, which I've done. So now we've got a good mooring spot sorted, I had to prepare myself in terms of supplies, so I don't have to go out very often. And I don't mean go out and bulk buy toilet rolls and buy all the bags of pasta and flour that you can imagine. I've just gone out and I've got food to last me for a week, which is fine. I was dreading going out to Tesco's, to be quite honest with you, because I've seen on Facebook posts about bare shelves, queues, as long as your arm, and just people being quite ridiculous once again. But I'm pleased to say I got to Tesco's and it was completely normal. In fact, it was very quiet. The shelves were fully stocked and there was no queue to get in. I didn't have to queue to get to a till. There was a cashier sat there who looked rather lonely and bored, so I went over and kept them company whilst they processed my shopping for me. And yeah, it was actually one of the better shopping trips that I've ever had, and I was dreading it. So I was pleased about that. So I've got a week's worth of food supplies in, so that's sorted. I've filled the boat up with water, so I've got a nice full water tank. My toilet waste cassettes, both of those are empty, so I'm alright there. And then I've been out and got some petrol for my generator. Now the light's dropping, I run the generator every day, especially sort of after 3-4 o'clock in the afternoons, because the light is dropping so much by then that the solar panels really aren't putting any charge into the batteries, and I need to charge the batteries up because I need the batteries to last until sort of after 10 in the evening. I'm quite a big power user. My laptop drains a fair amount of the power, so I'll make sure that's fully charged before I turn the generator off in the evening. But then I've got enough power in the batteries, I've got ample power in the batteries if I run the generator to last me to sort of 2 in the morning. If I want to use things until 2 in the morning, that's not a problem. So every day I'm running the generator, and I'm probably getting through anywhere between £10 and £20 a week in petrol in the generator, depending on how much I have to use it, so depending on how much sort of input the solar panels are giving me. So I've got a couple of jerry cans of petrol which will last hopefully a week. What I should do actually is invest in a couple of nice big 20-litre proper jerry cans instead of those silly little 5-litre plastic things that you have, which is what I've got at the moment. I've got 3 of those, but they're all full, so I've got enough petrol to last me in the generator for a week or so as well. And that's it really. That's what I've done to prepare for lockdown. Just made sure I've got some supplies in. Oh, and I've got some coal as well. I've got 3 bags of coal at the moment, which I'd like to have had more. I'd like to have sort of at least sort of 6 bags stuck on the roof of the boat, but I haven't. I've got 3 at the moment because I just can't afford to keep buying it, unfortunately, at the moment. So 3 bags will last me probably around just over 3 weeks. No, sorry, just over 2 weeks, because a bag lasts, if the stove's on all the time, a bag will last me 5 or 6 days. So 3 bags will last just over 2 weeks. Is that right? 15 days, yeah. Between 2 and 3 weeks anyway. So yes, it's expensive living in a boat in winter, isn't it? Because that's 12 quid a bag plus potentially up to £20 a week in fuel. So that's, over winter it's about an extra £120 a month for me in coal and petrol for the generator. I hadn't really thought about that till I mentioned it. Perhaps I'll do a video about the expenses of living on a boat in winter. Who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But anyway, that's it really. That's what I've done. That's how I prepared for lockdown number 2. Let me take you outside and I'll show you where I am. So it's a busy spot here. We've got the other side of the canal is long-term CRT moorings, and this side that I'm on is the 14-day visitor moorings. But obviously in lockdown we're not cruising, so we can stay as long as we need to before we're allowed to cruise again. There is actually a gap here in front of the boat now, which there wasn't this morning. Somebody's obviously just moved off. But that way, just down there, about no more than a 3-minute walk, is the junction onto the Northampton arm of the Grand Union Canal, and that's known as Gayton Junction. Now just there are the facilities, the water point and the Elsam point, so I'm very close to the facilities. There's also rubbish bins there as well, and then behind me, 2 minutes up the towpath, you come to the bridge with the road and there's a car park, so it's perfect. So I'm in a really good spot. It's actually a really nice day today. It started off very, very chilly out, but it's a beautiful day. The solar panels are putting a little bit of electric into the boat batteries, which is good, so I won't need to start the generator until later on today. But yeah, so that's my mooring for lockdown, basically. That's where I am. It's not a bad spot at all. I'm also quite cautious about strong winds and trees and things as to where I'm more up. So as you see, there's no trees overhanging the boat, and there's a few trees on the other side of the canal, but it's all like hawthorn and stuff like that, which doesn't really fall down, and if it does, it's certainly not going to reach over here, and even if it did, it won't do any damage because it's only small branches. So there we go. But yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to have a little chat to you, let you know what I've done to prepare for lockdown, and sort of explain a bit about the mooring spot that I'm in at the moment. So yeah, there we are. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. That'd be fantastic. And feel free to rate and comment on this video, of course. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you didn't like it, that's fair enough. Give it a thumbs down, no problem. Take care of yourselves, especially through lockdown, And if anyone happens to be around Northampton, Northamptonshire, if they need anything, I've obviously got the car, so feel free to drop me a message, just get in touch, and I'll help you out. Alright, but take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.